2 weeks. I think between the pair of us, we could make a fire and kill someone at the very least, right, Chance?
Oh, absolutely. That would not be a problem. I can take you through the 2 weeks without issue.
Yeah, not a problem whatsoever. Serious issues, though, ahead of us, guys. We've got the Battle of the North once again. Røkkr taking on Toronto Ultra. This is an incredibly important matchup for you Røkkr fans. You know why. But Chance, some broader implications when it comes to who you play at the upcoming major.
Absolutely. I mean, look, it's Bance and Cammy versus the old org, which is always fun, but it really just doesn't matter in this moment because for Minnesota, if you get these 10 points, I mean, that is a massive advantage against Vegas when you're going into the tournament. If Minnesota just plays top 8, now Vegas would have to place top 4. Like, if Minnesota wins this series, Vegas's only hope is they would have to have their best tournament of the entire year. However, if Minnesota loses, it's only a 10-point gap, and Minnesota end up in the 8th seed, which means they have to play against OpTic Texas round 1, which is a scary sight. So the difference that a series can make in your year, Minnesota, their fate on the line.
This is it. This could be judgment day for Røkkr. They've got to get through Ultra. HyDra up first. 2-2 split for the boys. There on the left-hand side of the screen, that is going to be Toronto Ultra. They will be decked out in the purple. Røkkr, they'll be in the white. Here we go. Into the hard point. Fame's the man of the moment. And that submachine gun looking very comfortable so far. Chancey had a nice look since Attach has been back on the roster. And speak of the devil, and he shall make himself known to you. CleanX had nothing on Dylan there.
It is beautiful as well. I mean, Fame has been making, it seems like, pretty high IQ plays as well. So he's a very solid SMG player. Been making it work in Minnesota, taking full advantage. I mean, this has been a good chunk of time they secured on P1. And, I mean, rock solid in the setup. Attach is an immovable object. They've just had the perfect setup. No player has really moved an inch. And they should have the spawns as well, rotating over towards P2. So Røkkr right now, a very stable game.
Lovely start. Yeah, Ultra have been silenced so far. They might get a second or two on the push through P1 here, but you've got to make your way towards the right-hand side of the minimap. So does Fame. He spawned out. We'll see if he can get to the fight a little quicker. Here comes the reinforcements. Bance back, get him up. Attach, you're in a tough spot here, mate. One-on-one against Hicksy. Nearly wins the fight. Brilliant work just to buy some time. Lovely crossfire from Fame. Not able to get the second as well. That's going to be Ultra in the point now. Chance, nice bit of a late break. Spawns in their favor as well.
Yeah, talk about the break right there as well. Just because, I mean, Minnesota had the perfect setup, everything they wanted, had the spawns, but Ultra just run him over. But now here's Bance looking to make a smart play, and maybe a kill falls into his lap, or maybe he just gets gunned down by Insight, who is able to pick up 2. Toronto Ultra, one good rotation. They completely clean house, get all the scrap time, and we'll have about tied up the game as they rotate over towards New.
Lovely rebuttal. Back into it we go. Bance once again on Water Wash. This is what we saw him do on the first hard point. He's going to do it again here on the second. Takes out his old teammate Insight on the approach towards the new hard point. And yeah, we will see a lead change only for a brief moment, potentially. As look at that minimap. Toronto Ultra, they are everywhere.
I mean, look, he needs his goggles on for this one because Hicksy did, in fact, take the deep route. But Fame is going to register it, so they're worried about the back spawns. But the deep route was from Hicksy, so Ultra should be spawning in the back. And you see number 5, guys, Cammy spawning all the way out, Fame all the way out. However, guys in the point like Attach actually win the gunfight, so maybe an opportunity for Minnesota to try to set up a spawn trap, but looks like Ultra fought through.
Yeah, do or do not. Chance, there is no try. There we go. Ultra are in. Hicksy on a 3. Lovely start from him here in the hard point. As we roll through the third, we're halfway through this one, and so far a very close game either way. Røkkr not going to be getting any more of this time unless Bance can win a couple of fights. There's a good one. Attach gets himself 2 in the feed. Wait a minute. Oh, Bance finds another. You've got the clock now stopped for a few moments in the favor of Minnesota Røkkr. You've got spawns as well. Minnesota, a nice resurgence here on the point.
Just perfect timing as well. I think Cammy was just barely able to get out of range to open up those back spawns. So Ultra gonna have to take a hike to rotate over towards New. And Bance is gonna effectively be on the pinch because he does spawn out, but that's a 4v3 on the point at the start of it. Fame does kick things off right, but all that pressure coming through P2.
Yeah, here they come. Cammy guns up at the ready. Toronto Ultra on the approach. Hicksy to be the lead man in, but Bance is somehow picking him off from the side. A lot of pressure now on. Cammy finds his kills as well. Røkkr retain control of the hard point. As if you're a Vegas fan right now, you must be real nervous.
I mean, this is painful as well, just because Fame has put himself in, like, prime position. So I know there's a ton of fights going over towards the, well, old time. It's still 30 seconds, but Fame is being annoying, getting damage on the player trying to cross. And now Ultra, worried about the rotation, worried about trying to get this time. I mean, Attach is over here swimming and winning gunfights, but Fame finally gets dealt with. But a pushed out play like that makes the time that much easier to secure, and Ultra are starting to spawn out. Minnesota are making plays.
Making great plays. Can they capitalize on the time here? Attach on the approach. Can't get any more out of it. Cammy going to find a couple as well. Nice work from Røkkr. 10 and 7 from Fame. Lovely work with the submachine gun. Still, new hard points up. Chance. Scrapz taken care of on the pinch. Toronto Ultra slowly but surely making their way across the map. But it's nice hold so far. Bit of a water out there. All this time, you'll take it if you're Røkkr.
I mean, Fame's been impressive too. I mean, what, leading Slayer on his team, or actually Attach on the 3 spree just took him over, but he's making good plays. He's taking routes, and even in the player cam, it looks like his comms might be on point. So Fame impressive for the moment, here for the cleanup kills that he doesn't need to get, because Cammy is shredding inside the hill.
Inside, when it's a big fight up front, that's going to allow his boys to get a little closer. So far, so good. Røkkr still holding it down. Massive 3 out of CleanX there. Let's see if Røkkr can take control of the middle of the map with a quick listen in.
I got one I got stunned. Front door. He's going to top. Might go top and new. I'm staying out, okay?
Top. Charlie's top of him.
I'm playing left.
Top
down, bro. Stay out.
Charlie's one shot in P3. Charlie's one shot in P3 and one's in ult.
You saw me 1P2.
Yeah, we can play. If we do that. Yeah, Charlie's top.
That was him P2.
I'm just vibing.
Top time.
I see Scout movement. Is Charlie up top, boys, or he's on time?
He's not top, he's in pocket.
Okay.
It's time.
One guy blew up.
Yeah, on time.
Time anyone?
In hot. Hot dead.
P2 in blue. I'm dead. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm watching top. He's on top.
Lay down on the bounce. Lay down on side. Just me, it's broken.
You'll get mid, boys, if you can.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Top dome, Jamie. Top dome, Jamie, pretty weak.
He's top dead.
Nice, top dome, Jamie.
Listen, top blue, Charlie mid.
Nice,
Don't one shot. Finesse.
Right down, Dale. I'm coming, bro.
Taking a right round.
Nice, I've really left him.
One top dome.
L on you, weak. L dead. Top dome, Jamie.
I'm taking a right route.
I still have a streak, boys. I'm gonna use it here, okay?
Top dome still hurt. I want y'all
Low dome again. Right side hut.
Cam, can you shriek? Listen. Can you shriek? I'm low.
Right side hut, you said. Hold on, I'm gonna try and play the out.
I'm literally hiding low.
Okay, I'm shrieking out.
I spawned P5.
Yo, listen, 2 push out P1, 1 on time, 1's in blue, no one in the back. They're running back to time. I don't know if you guys can spam equipment on time.
I didn't want time.
Okay, yeah. Now they got a trophy. Yo, 2 on time, 1 was pushed out P1 still. I don't know where the...
I'm blocking any kills they spawn out.
Nothing else.
One's mid pull up and one's like God rock. Get back on me. God rock.
Might be top dome.
Yeah, back time and then we'll go God rock on you.
Still by the back. Go on to the back.
Nice.
Charlie at the back.
On time.
I'll see him.
I'm netting back time.
Deep back.
Nice long listening there, Chance. Røkkr still retaining control. Great small talk, man. They're making plays on plays in the thick of battle.
Yeah, bad read, though. They didn't actually pick up on CleanX, so one guy for Ultra ends up in the back. So an interesting idea for Bance. It doesn't translate to a whole lot, and now 2 players from Minnesota are going to spawn out. I mean, Fame, he's been pretty solid all game long. Now, how good is your hiding spot? Ultra are hunting him down.
I honestly love this spot. Hide and seek. He might be able to win this one. Yeah, Scrapz can be like, what do you mean he's out on the water? Look down. Scrapz is below you in the murky depths. CleanX is now looking for Fame also, but Fame can be a deadly thing. Careful what you wish for. He gets to the point, he gets 1. Is it enough to soften up the defenders? Allow Cammy to move forward. Røkkr's reinforcements, though slow, Chance. They're nowhere near this point.
I mean, not even remotely close, so it wasn't even 15 minutes of Fame. Didn't even get an extra 2 seconds. Røkkr, they've had a nice lead, but this is looking like a dire moment in the game. If they can't get this break and Ultra tie it up, I mean, that is a momentum shift and a half, and team kills starting to come through.
Team kills on the point. Scrapz on a 3, making a 4, looking for kill number 5. Attach, red, but not dead. Trophies are down, and Ultra are swinging. They're trying to get back into this one. Røkkr still with a 20-point lead. CleanX wins a disgusting one, and that might be enough just to pick up a bit of time here. But wait a minute, who is that? Cammy sneaks in, gets a few seconds. Cheeky boy. Cross map, we now fly once again. Røkkr, they're in position. The setup is there.
And this is deja vu as well for one player from Minnesota just spawning out at the old time. So, I mean, Cammy's going to be able to take a deep route. Everyone else right now from Minnesota trying to set up. And, I mean, Hixie versus Bance. Talk about the battle, but Bance gets hot. Hixie now taking the deep route, looking for Attach. He's got the intel, and now Attach is by himself in the back line, hunted down and killed. Ultra, the comeback is officially in.
They get in. They take care of a lot of business, but Bance is making the low water route. We'll see if he can get involved in a moment. Cammy, he's up next. The Scrapz trying to hold these players at bay. Nice hip fire, nice damage with the nade, but not enough. Røkkr on the approach. Closer and closer to the point they now get. Fame winning his fights. Bance with a covering fire. Insight. Hold on, son. Here come Røkkr. Finds himself one. Attaching Cammy from the ruin side. Now, over the top. The guns are rattling out. Cammy finally brought down. The trades are done. And Røkkr, they're not out of the fight yet. That's it. CleanX is there. Massive hold. Ultra with a good lead.
And now the question is about like the deep routes, right? I mean, Hixie's done this before, but this time instantly Fame. Johnny on the spot, knows he has to be in the back, but even right now, Hixie's just drawing at least a little bit of attention and trying to block the spawns, and he wins the gunfight anyway, so Hixie now the thorn in their side. Ultra got the back spawn. Him and Insight can work together.
Røkkr, bad news. Hold on. Might be able to sneak in a kill or two here. Nice work. Traded out immediately. Fame on the inside. Now from the front. CleanX toe-to-toe with him. Can he win the fight? He does. 40 flies. Whack. CleanX on a 4. He gets himself a few more kills. Røkkr have still got players on point. Waiting for the breach and clear. Here comes Bance. Wins a big one. No more to be had, though. Ultra there with the trades, and now the time.
And all those early gunfights as well, just to make sure they keep the back spawn. So this is the final 25 seconds that if you're Minnesota, do you want to fight for it? You feel like you have to, but you cannot afford to lose the right side spawns, and they're losing the gunfights as well. Attach gets out 1 HP. The Røkkr are not going to be able to get that scrap. They're going to have scattered spawns around P1. I mean, this is desperation hours indeed.
Yeah, but now the question is, how well do you know HyDra? Prioritize where you want your teammates to be. Positioning is going to be key for the next 40 seconds of this game. Scrap v Bance, no problem. Hard point now, almost up. Is CleanX taking the low route? Has he been spotted or at least heard? Bance might have eyes on it. Meanwhile, Hixie loses his fight towards P2. Oh man, it's a war on two fronts chance, and we are getting close to that bell ringing.
And if you're Ultra, I mean, again, guys like number 3 Insight can just try to be a nuisance, but everybody's getting cut down. I was going to say, you have options of how to play, but the only thing you don't want to do now is feed Scrap. That is a 2-piece. Fame by himself on point. Scrap there to take him down. The rookie right now, the main Slayer 2.
Scrap holding him down. Massive shots with attack in hand. He is playing his heart out, trying to keep Røkkr away from the point. Tagged up, no problem. Cammy brought down as well. An open point. Hixie from behind with a dagger. Just doing the best they possibly can to keep Røkkr away from this one. But chance, final 10. It cannot be won here. It has to go to a P2, and that's where Minnesota are.
All about that rotation, and Minnesota Røkkr for the moment have it. Attached though, well, spawns over towards New, and Cammy now winning the intro gunfights. Everyone is gonna fall in it as CleanX on the deep route has to make a hero play.
Go. The norms are spoken. The fate's there. Is it CleanX? Will it be the way able to get the break? Lead change. Røkkr now in control. Here comes the attack from Toronto Ultra. Through mid. They're going to break through the back door. Do they check it? Bance reads it. Gets his first. Straight onto the point, but they haven't read anymore. The plays through the front. Oh my God. Attach gets them both. Bance is there. Røkkr have done it.
Congratulations on the map 1. I mean, that is a hell of a game through and through. I mean, there's maybe a few rotations where Hixie was taking the deep routes over like towards that gas. And I mean, he did that on 2 different hills and ends up making big plays. But through and through, Minnesota had a fairly clean game overall. I mean, solid stuff. Certainly had like, you know, a perfect opening break, and when things were stable for Røkkr, they were able to capitalize on it. But that is a dangerous hardpoint team they just took down for the map 1. You know these guys are feeling it.
I mean, like, what is going on, man? What, like, this league, these final moments of the year, like, what is going on? Crazy stuff. Røkkr, what a resurgence from them. Map 1 against their old rivals, Toronto Ultra. Nice look at the stats there. Everyone there from Røkkr pulling their weight. Solid attempts. Great time from Cammy towards the end there. We do have our final few moments of that last game will be our scuff play of the game. Man, what a crazy set of plays towards the end, Chance.
And, you know, there is a moment here as well. Once, like, you know, all these big kills coming through, Cammy's over here getting the intros, the 2-piece from Fame on point again. Fame is a rookie, just now switched back to the SMG. He's picking up 2 pieces against Toronto Ultra to help secure the rotations, but it was when CleanX got to the back line as well. I know Fame's getting the cutoff kills, but no one on Røkkr actually went to hunt him down. They trusted, like, the Patience setup, and the Patience ends up paying off the double chow on time with the 2 SMGs. I mean, Røkkr, it was a nail biter, but they take care of business, and everybody deserves some credit, right? Because Attach, what, a minute and 30, minute 50, something like that in the hill time, still goes positive, still picking up double kills in the point. Cammy at one point's going on 6 sprees. Fame was doing the exact same thing, so you just have Minnesota, one of their better played hard point maps they've had.
Indeed. Well, 1 down. 2 to go for Røkkr. Hotel, Search and Destroy coming up next. Can they keep this one going, Chance? Because Toronto Ultra, as far as everyone's concerned, a top contender when it comes to, you know, a potential championship. Nameless brought it up earlier in the desk, and I completely agree with him. They're looking like a team that could wind up in the finals against OpTic at their own major. Right now, though, they've just lost an opening hardpoint against a team that they shouldn't lose against. Where the hell do we go from here?
Well, I mean, to map 2, I suppose, and you get to test a little bit of the resilience from Toronto Ultra. I know it's an obvious answer, but I would just say to touch on your point, Ultra, they have no weaknesses. They're fantastic at every single game mode. They have a very deep map pool as well. They have a lot of tools in their arsenal. Like, every single player has, like, an identifiable play style and, like, characteristics, whether it's the OBJ guy of, like, Hixie, the main slayer of Scrapz. Like, Insight, like, you know, your post-up main AR, just his job is to block spawns. Like, they know exactly what they want to do. Top 3 in, you know, 2 out of the 3 game modes, top 5 in S&D. These guys are on point, incredibly difficult to put down. So I know Røkkr looked great in the map 1, but I just think that means we're going to have a long series on our hands.
Yeah, you're not too wrong there. We're looking at the stats again, just these, the match metrics. 5th place, Ultra and Search and Destroy. 10th, Minnesota Røkkr, deep towards the bottom of the league. We'll see if that means a damn thing as we roll in now to our hotel hardpoint, map number 2. Sorry, hotel Search and Destroy. God, I'm excited. The pressure is certainly on for Røkkr. A victory here and those extra 10 points changes the way their entire season could look. It changes who they play at the start of the major next week. And for Ultra as well, Chance. Don't want to be going into their major with any sort of, you know, nerves or any questions about your placement within the league. You should be expecting to be a top team. Let that confidence stay sky high. If you lose again today to Røkkr, I'd be a little concerned for Ultra. They should be able to shake it off again. A team with great composure, but still, that's going to be the back of the mind, just eating away at you.
Yeah, you always want to finish on a high note, and especially so again for Minnesota Røkkr. Need the high note of having like the 20-point gap, but as we go into a hotel S&D, it's going to be an interesting dynamic because Fame, again, you know, started as an SMG when he was playing throughout the challenger scene, had to switch to a main AR because he replaced Attach on this roster. And on Hotel S&D specifically, shout out Tim for this one, guy had like a 1.5 KD running an AR. Now he's switched back to his sub, has to play a map like Hotel that is radically different for a Vaznov player compared to an AR. And he went like 5 and 7 against the Thieves, which like he did okay, but I know you certainly have to sort of knock off the rust, get players back in the mix, work out sort of like the kinks in your setups. I know, you know, Attach was talking on the flank how Røkkr weren't completely comfortable in Search and Destroy, especially so on this map because of the new dynamic for the squad. And overall, the record is fine, but they definitely have their work cut out for them against Ultra.
Ultra, very strong Search and Destroy team, especially on Hotel as well. Look for those dead silence plays. We know CleanX loves that top bedroom side of the map. A terrifying opponent to deal with at the worst of times. Let's see how they're going today. We've got a snipe on the back of Cammy. We'll stay on board with him as we roll over towards the middle of the map. And all right, look it out. You're throwing all sorts of things at him, bad vibes included. We're waiting for a play, waiting for that play call with the bomb.
And I think if like no stuns connected towards the middle of the map, yes, you have to be worried about couches, and if grenades are coming through, you know someone's gonna be couches. Maybe an early pick coming through with the sniper.
Wow.
Maybe just the intel, but Attach, I was gonna say, should have a freebie. Maybe he's actually just gonna run this up.
He might run this sub here. Howdy! Flies in the battle. Takes a lot of damage though, so he's gonna have to get out with his life. But that's a nice first blood. Traded out immediately. Insight and Attach taking an early exit here in the round, 3v3.
And they're making the call to swing back over towards A. So this is Scrap versus the world. He's going to be able to hear this, though.
Oh, yeah.
So he might be able to get comms, and you see Hixie starting to rat back, but he still has to deal with a lot of players. Good luck with these gunfights.
Oh, here we go. Can he get one? Yeah, that's great. A second would be ridiculous. Nice trade. Oh, it's a shot from Cammy. CleanX right into the fight. He goes, though. 2v1. Bance. Less than 30 seconds to play. And he finds stillness, Chance.
Well, he dove, and CleanX heard him land on the steps, so I was going to say, Hixie's just going to take a round. They know exactly where he is, and you have 15 seconds. I mean, it would be a prayer to make it be and plant the bomb without CleanX swinging around and catching you. And CleanX, well, he's going to get the shots on. Do you have time to get this down before CleanX kills you?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all. Oh, he got in there, though. He wasn't going to let him get away. CleanX, the Bloodhound, sniffs him out, takes care of business. The first round goes to Ultra. An exciting round, nonetheless. We saw a little bit of everything there, Chance. Snipes. Everything.
It's not just the snipes. The most interesting thing happening is Attach just ran an SMG. I think that means Fame might have pulled the tack back out. which if you heard the stats that I was giving, Fame had a 1.5 on this map when he was using an AR. That might make sense in a capacity, but if Attach is going to be on the permanent sub, has he ran it at all this year? Has he ran a sub really since like the back half of last year? So Minnesota Røkkr, maybe just an opportunity to mix things up, or maybe going to be a little bit uncomfortable on Hotel.
It could just sort of be a formation they use when Cammy is sniping, but we'll see. A little bit more data to be collected on the boys as we roll forward towards the major. CleanX could pick up 2 here. This could get ugly real quick. He is silent. There's 1. There's 2. That's the pair. Oh, lovely opening there from Ultra. Oh my God, gets the 3rd as well. Cammy with a trade. Jeez, somebody stop him.
I mean, if that's not a dagger, I don't know what is. CleanX just going for the chow right there and just catches Bance. I think Bance had like turned when he was in the corner, ready for the carpet challenge, but just gets caught. And well, CleanX is just going to obliterate your entire team. That is one way to break down the mid-map setup.
Yep, that'll be it. That will certainly be it. Here's a quick replay of CleanX. Flies out instantly, snaps onto the second player, and then nearly no hesitation. Smart comm. Attach barely stood a chance. Unbelievable. Streaks as well there for CleanX. Now, we did get an update from production as well that during that round chance, Fame running an SMG. So a lot of mix-up here in the lineup for Minnesota Røkkr. 2-0 though. Yeah. Ultra with the lead.
Yeah, fair enough. It could have just been a one-off from Attach, like the first round going for the Vaznev play. Obviously, Attach, one of the better SMGs of all time, so no lack of faith in his ability to get it done, but certainly something to pay attention to. This round, though, Bance has made the cross. He has made it to bottom hall. And if you have a guy in this position and you can get the bomb down, you feel great about your chances, but no one even has the bomb in hand.
Yeah, not yet. We're still waiting for that one player. It's going to be Cammy who's going to wrap back for it, possibly Fame as well. Now, there he goes. Fame gets it. With that first kill from Scrapz, that's certainly going to change the play. Bance is way behind enemy lines. No Deddy just yet. And he's crept up. There's the opening kill from Bance. Nice work there. Toronto Ultra now down a man, 2v3. Cammy with the old snapperooski. Wow. What a kill that was. The Røkkr get the trades through, and that's their first round on the board.
Yeah, big wins. Love the snapperooski call out as well. I mean, if CleanX is going to be dropping the bombs in round 2, someone needs to be there for the support on the next one for Røkkr. So, I mean, big round. I know a lot of patient play comes out of Minnesota. I know Bance, it's almost typical for him to get in spots like that, but I know Røkkr not always on point with getting the bomb down. This time, they just do it with the slang.
Yeah, you can always sort of count on Bance trying to make a funky play, let's say. The timing of which is always difficult to predict. He's an incredibly impactful player when those things work out, but not easy with sound EQ on the field these days. Here we go, though, another round. CleanX still has been incredibly decisive for Toronto Ultra. 6-2 so far. See if you can find any more.
That was a deep stun. I think he just connected on Fame. And he's far enough away, honestly. I don't even know how you read. That stun just gives you weird intel. But either way, he's found himself in prime position. And even on the flank, you do have Bance that's able to find a pick. And Bance is making moves with dead silence. He is wrapped all the way in the back spawn. How often we talk about Bance being behind the entire team?
I mean, if he moves any faster, he's going to catch HyDra on the bomb plant, which isn't going to happen. His teammates are now moving in for the kill. Bomb planted. Trades going down. 2v3. Røkkr still with the numbers. The close stun checks isn't going to find anything there for Bance, but it all comes down to Scrapz. And Scrapz is a mile away from the bomb. He might be able to get eyes on it. At the very least chance, but that's Bance on the defuse. You might chalk this round up. Scrapz making moves. Will he see a feat? He does. Doesn't matter. Benjamin Bance gets his first blood and the defuse. Another good round from Røkkr.
Yeah, I mean, look, if he gets there a second sooner, though, and shoots Bance in the feet, I mean, that could have been a nice little 1v2 or 1v3 clutch out of Scrapz, but either way, taking care of business, and there is the benefit of having a player in the bottom hallway, even if there's doors are closed. Attach knows exactly where he needs to shoot, so well-calibrated round right there out of Minnesota. All bangs out of Attach. He's come a long way.
Unbelievable. Well, let's go for it, Ultra. First 2 rounds were absolutely beautiful. Røkkr have answered back. Scrapz, nice first blood. Trades there. Both teams lethal on the teamwork. Røkkr moving that bomb forward. Still teetering towards A.
Ooh, HyDra, though, finds a nice pick on Attach, but I think Bance now is going to be looking for HyDra, potentially trying to wrap back. We're just in the deep spawn. This is going to be a tough gunfight. He gets out 1 HP and a dream. But for a 2v3, you're still a man down. Right now, Bance and Cammy are still a little bit split.
The Ultra have got this on lock. See, great check. Perfect timing. Puts Cammy in an impossible situation. Ultra still don't know where he is, though. You've still got 2 members over towards the A side of the map. HyDra might be able to start hearing him soon. With 30 seconds, the play might be up. Yeah, that was the call. HyDra now on the 1v1. The rest of the team on the way over. It should be it. Snakes are in. HyDra wins it. Great stuff out of Ultra.
Yeah, great form for the Snakes. I mean, so cheesy, but impossible to kill him when he's doing something like that. But the more important chow there from HyDra is actually just catching Bance as he's wrapping over towards Freezer or Beans, if you're Atlanta FaZe, and that's what you want to call it. But, I mean, a big chow there pretty much seals the deal on the round. And, of course, HyDra picked up an early kill on Attach as well. So, great Dead Silence plays early, great Snakes late. HyDra taking care of business for the round.
A little bit of nervous tension. Makes you with a nice 3 spree. CleanX still has that Christmas to play with us. That makes the A-bomb site a lot more attractive. Stun checks, doesn't connect. HyDra would have been seen, but at the very least, he's got himself over towards the bedroom side of the map. Attach now has to reposition. Worry about that later. CleanX first blood.
Oh, man. Yeah, just picking them apart in the middle of the map. CleanX is just dancing with Insight, so that's an old duo looking for blood, and they are going to get it. Attach in a 1v4. Last half a second. That was not a round of search and destroy. That was a round of Toronto Ultra just bullying Minnesota. I mean, that is just 4 up, 4 down, 0 time wasted. And I'd say from the middle of the map, Minnesota just have offered Toronto nothing.
Took that lunch money. Very uncharacteristic of the Canadians. Typically so nice and friendly. That time round, nothing but violence. Over the halfway mark here, certainly in the search and destroy, and things are still looking very, very close. 2 rounds separating them. Toronto Ultra, 2 for the win. Røkkr have been stunned in the last few.
Yeah, you see, HyDra does have Dead Silence, so opportunity to be aggressive through the restaurant. He wants to try to make a play, but obviously Minnesota forcing the bomb back over towards A. Bance, if he goes hallway, there's a player down there, and Bance is actually in between a couple different players. So once again, in a very precarious spot. But at least you have a little bit of clearance. Bance right now dancing with the idea of trying to make a play. It's scrapping CleanX around dead.
Oh, stun lines. Bance with a check. At back and forth we go. Røkkr to get the bomb down. And CleanX from this top position, we have seen him enjoy information passed. Bance is somehow snuck by. That is huge. There's silence play. That might be a win. No, CleanX, good reads. Great comms there out of Ultra. They don't let that play get away from them. The clock's ticking now, though. Attach on the reinforcement over towards the site. Big snap. Nice kill there on a scrap. CleanX flies through. Wait a minute. That is the round. Brilliant hold. Out of Toronto Ultra. The nerves of steel. Their chance to take that one.
And Ultra, again, just on like the first blood front in the pick game that they are playing, they are constantly putting themselves in advantageous situations. Like, we spend so much time watching Bance like dance around bedroom, and granted, he is drawing a lot of attention. He is buying his team a lot of time. They are able to get the bomb down, but by the time you start all of that like mixiness, Toronto Ultra already have the first blood. Like, it's just such a quick 4v3 because Cammy just gets picked, and of course Bance is just dancing with 2. So Røkkr not really setting themselves up. I believe it was Insight that got the first blood that past round. So honestly, Insight only has 4 kills. CleanX 11, not too shabby.
That boy Nastie. Well, here comes the opening hit, and it is a noisy one indeed. Can Scrapz find a snipe? Yeah, there's one. Can he get a second? Eyes are on. CleanX is going to get real mixy now as the flank is there. It is a 2v3. Cammy comes out of nowhere. Scrap, can he get the ace?
A lot of time to work with, but he's also potentially going to get shot in the side for the moment. Røkkr, I mean, just set up. Every angle covered. Operation got a world star, at least 2 people.
And Cammy might be the next to get world starred. There it is. Patience pays off. Røkkr stay alive with Ultra on map point. Looking to tie the series up.
That's a good aggressive play call as well. I mean, Minnesota have been making a few like aggressive play calls, especially through the middle of the map. They've just been getting bullied. But I mean, HyDra every time it feels like on offense outside of one round has been crossing past the A-bomb site, diving over towards the steps. And I think both Cammy and Attach just doubled up bottom bed, if not tripled up, because I think Thame was around there too. They just got the first blood, catching a player off the cross. So a nice adjustment for Minnesota. Gonna have to make a few more of those. Still down 5-3.
Going to make at least 3 more of those if they want to stand a chance here. Heavy stack on the bedroom side of things from Toronto Ultra, not having a slumber party. Fame might be able to hear some of this. He has dead silence. The door is cracked wide open. Scrap. Potential to be spotted here. That's a cruise. CleanX calls it in, looking for information. You won't find a whole lot, but it does force Hixie into the fight, and that does start the kills. And now the pitch Scrap is in. It is seemingly done. Bance is gone now as well. Jesus, the round is over. Ultra. It was a massacre in the kitchen.
Yeah, and they panicked as well when the cruise gets called in, because the first thing Fame heard in couches was, hey, there's a guy top catwalk on the bedside of things, but everybody panics. They all run into the cat room, and I mean, they knew where Scrap was going to be. Doesn't mean you can stop them. I think he got 3 in that final round, and we talked about Toronto, incredibly difficult team to put away. Instant bounce back on map 2.
You were not kidding, mate, when you said this one is likely going to go the distance. At the very least, we'll see that map 4 now. But that Greenberg Hotel search and destroy Ultra absolutely running the show. Røkkr cut into pieces. That last round especially decisive. Good stuff there from CleanX again. 11-4. Love to see that. The Great Dane did not disappoint here on Hotel.
Yeah, I mean, what, 6-3 on the first blood count as well. Cammy gets picked 3 times. And I mean, again, for Fame, man had a 1.5 when he was running an AR on this map. Now has to make the switch to an SMG. So it's just weird stuff for Minnesota, I'd say, for their S&D to sort of iron out their gameplay. But Fame certainly felt the tougher end of that stick. 1-8, only 100 damage. Not ideal.
Not ideal at all. Well, LSE low control is going to be the opportunity for these players to wipe that map from their memories. For Ultra, looking to continue the momentum they now gained from that big win there. 6-3 ties up the series 1-1. LSE low control, Fortress, and LSE low to close out what could be a very, very exciting series. A brilliant start to the day here, the final day of online play for the Modern Warfare 2 season. We're going to throw to a quick commercial break. On the other side, we're playing Control.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL. The Call of Duty League is presented by the GMC Hummer EV Pickup, the world's first all-electric super truck. And upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the CDL.
Boom! Let's get it. Welcome back, ladies and gents. It's time to nearly get into map number 3. We've got an LSE control coming up. Both our teams, Røkkr and Toronto Ultra, tied up 1-1 after a very fun hotel search and destroy comes down to a close. I don't know where to go from here, Chance. CeeLo has been a dramatic map to play control on since the start of the year. I mean, I'm feeling very retrospective now that it's the final day of the online qualifiers, but Røkkr have had their fair share of drama. Ultra won a tournament on this map. Like, it's all happened, you know?
And, you know, we're talking about a situation for Minnesota where they're just like, maybe not desperate is too extreme, but they would love to have those extra 10 points in the final year just for the bubble gap to push themselves away from Vegas. And it is funny how this is one of those maps that sets you apart, one of those maps that gets you the extra points, one of those maps that, as you pointed out, just wins you tournaments. There's been a few tournaments now that have ended on a CeeLo control, but these right now, two of the best teams in the game, if not the best teams in the game on this map, squaring off. And I'd say for Minnesota, maybe a map they're happy to have Attach back on as well. I know as sort of post-up AR players go, Attach does love a CeeLo.
Let's see how we go. Lovely start from CleanX, who has not skipped a beat. The boy is beaming. Unbelievable performance in the search and destroy. If not from Sweet Hops Bance there, he might have got himself a 3-piece. Can they take care of Insight up top tower? No, he will stay there. He will remain safe. Scrapz has eyes on the field. Perfect spawn awareness. Perfect positioning. Ultra are holding Røkkr down.
Yeah, good stun, though, to actually take care of them. And now CleanX on the run back. Talk about a lethal threat you have when your SMG players pull out attack and just continuously fry. Now Hicksy gets to roam around. He just got dead silence as well. So activate that. Go have some fun. Beep.
Nice one.
Or die instantly.
Bance with a good read. And Cammy now. Oh, the approach. That's a couple of sweet kills with Cammy in that position now. Much safer to get on the A zone and start capturing it. And that's what Røkkr are doing.
Yeah, obviously, Ultra putting a lot of pressure on the B side of things as well. A couple players right back, so a little bit happier to defend B long term, but doesn't mean they're not going to try to go for A. Insight wins the big gunfight, takes care of the player over by tower, and then takes care of it too. Just feeding him a little bit, and now Bance, pretty much last man standing for his team. Wants to clear out an extra player if he can get him, but looks like CleanX pulled the disappearing act. They'll live for a little bit longer.
Well, no one lives forever. Bance is in a world of hurt right now, surrounded. Ultra are looking for every possible avenue of attack before they clean him up. But in that meantime, the second segment is long gone. Bance is somehow still alive. How long can he remain alive? Not terribly long. 25 seconds left here on the round. Attach has got to get involved. Get the boys going. Can't get it done. Scrapz is shooting bodies. Oh, it's early. It's real early. We will see if that comes to bite him. The round is nearly done. I don't think anyone's going to be able to get out. Oh, no, wait. B might be under attack as well as A, so the round is far from over.
There's a lot of body shots that, like, I sort of, like, expect or understand, but Attach? You want to shoot Attach's body? Like, it's just such a nice guy, but we'll see if it pays off for him. Certainly, you're playing with confidence, and obviously, you got a 7-life lead and the opportunity to maybe try to bulldoze this point with only 2.5 seconds left, but they're going to chalk it up and play the long game. We'll see if Røkkr can pull off a little bit of magic.
Well, they're trying. They're trying. We saw their intro. They've got a magic knife. See if that magic knife comes in handy here while they're trying to carve their way in towards that B zone. Sneaky Bance pops the crouch walk. Can he get any closer? A kill or two, he'll be great. His teammates coming off spawn. Difficult situation to be in.
It's also a very loud door, and it looks like number 2 is looking for him, so I think Insight heard him up top, and maybe Hicksy gonna go searching. Gotta be concerned about Bance, but also 15v5, 30 seconds left. You have to make the hero play. Nice little start, trying to be annoying, and he is dragging a lot of Ultra players his direction, so at least his team get the clearance. He forces a team kill. A 4v13, can Røkkr clutch up?
Røkkr on the point, here comes Attach. Hicksy stays alive, baits it out, nice job. Just have to clear one player off of this before the clock reopens. There we go, 20+ seconds. Hicksy, wow. What a rebound.
Yeah, no, Minnesota had nothing to offer them there. Every single player felt like dominoes. Ultra too clean in the clutch. Obviously, they certainly have a pretty large advantage and a very solid round 1 from Hicksy as well. I mean, I think the man that was pretty much the only Vaznev player, unless CleanX pulled it back out at some point, but was able to feast towards the middle of the map. 9 kills, and if he's got that on lock, your AR's job that much sweeter on the edges of the map. So Ultra very strong on defense.
The team kill was an unfortunate moment there, but yeah, HyDra, what a fantastic defensive play towards the end there.
Oh,
here we go.
And CleanX has 11. Holy.
Chant, you sound surprised, my friend. He's been playing one hell of a series so far. On A, we already go. Ultra, Bance versus HyDra. A duel as old as time here in this series.
Great shots out of Cammy, though. Trades out one, back scrap down, and it'd be an interesting decision right now from Ultra. Do you want to try to force B? Obviously, Minnesota had 2 players wrap back, or do you want to take your time and try to start clearing out your map? But Attach is finding kills down low. Toronto right now really just struggling to get anything going.
Yeah. Same sneaky spot. Easy reads from CleanX. 13 and 5 now for him as he continues to soar his way through Minnesota Røkkr. Onto A we now go. Was a 2-man stack for a moment. Bance can only get so much done. Attach there with the quick trades. Good defensive work here from Røkkr. They stay alive. Attach wins another big one. Scrap, though, cuts him down, and there's the capture.
Oh, Cammy fine, and Challen, too. That's just good comms. Attach telling Cammy that he's one shot, so good cleanup kills everywhere on the map. Maybe the B pressure is where Ultra are going to be forced to go, but Fame, I mean, 4-9 struggling for the moment. Unfortunate that your Dead Silence just now runs out as well, and great damage, no kill, but his teammates are getting every single other kill. Ultra, I mean, at this point, they're just begging to get out of their spawn.
Oh, they're desperately trying. It looks like a 3-man hit towards the A side of the map. Fame in this building we call white, safe and sound. Insight wins a big fight against Cammy at range. Opportunity to move forward now. A couple kills. HyDra on the point. They stop the clock. 6.2. Here comes the capture.
Insight spots him as well. I was going to say, if both players want to go, Fame's just telling him, like, hey, he saw us that you're going to read this every day of the week. But with 6 seconds, you absolutely fight this if you're Minnesota, but you're not checking all the corners. And Ultra is stringing it together in the final seconds. Opportunity alive, and shout out Insight for that one, and now shout out HyDra on the flank. So quick to get around Garage.
Deja vu from the exact same round we saw a moment ago. However, the life count looking a little different. Ultra down somewhat. Røkkr, we'll see if they can play this to their advantage, but with just under 50 seconds to go, Toronto are doing what they can to squeeze their way out of their spawn.
Mini Bance making the exact same style of play, but yeah, Fame's headset works. But now the question is, can he gun Scrap? You take him down, you get the trades, but it is a trade fest around B, and Ultra have 2 bodies on the point.
2-man stack's gonna work out for now. Bance gets cut down. A team kill. Attached though with a sweet nade, gets the player off the point. Foot race is now on. HyDra in there, slides to the box for a sweet cover, stops the clock. 32 seconds, and here comes the stack. You should be able to get at least 1 more player on this, but you need to find a kill or 2 because Røkkr are on the approach.
Oh, great play out of HyDra as well, but it's a bunch of trades through and through, and Fame gets one on the flank as well. So Ultra, a lot of problems to solve, and they do not have a lot of time to do it.
Oh, Cammy, right place, right time. Not enough to take care of CleanX, though, as the capture continues. Here comes the second segment to B. That is a big win. Attached now on the approach forward. Can he get this player off the point? No, CleanX with the clean shots. It's a 3-3, and that's the round. Insight's there for the reinforcement, and Ultra steal it away in the final moments.
And that is such a tragic round for Minnesota, not even just for like the nail biter finish where they just couldn't buy a kill on CleanX. 20 and 10, by the way, but they had the full map on lockdown. Both sides defending so well, and then just a small overcommitment on the gunfights. Insight picks up a single 2-piece, and Ultra just never looked back. I mean, HyDra didn't get a kill literally for the first 2 minutes, it felt like, of that round. He was 9 and 4. By the time we saw him on like the back cliff side of things, he was 9 and 8. Didn't make a difference. You still get the round win.
That is just damn good control gameplay. Scrap 9 and 9. CleanX 20 and 10. I mean, talk about statistical outliers here. HyDra looking to cause some issues now in the backline. Cammy with a good read, so that creaky door. Can we get some bloody WD-40 to the main stage ASAP? Bance now Scrap. We're about to have more than a conversation here at this party table. Can Bance win it? Yeah, he can. Nice win. Slow and steady capture towards B. First segment done.
That was great timing as well on the chow, but Bance ends up getting caught because HyDra, I mean, look, pulls out the attack 56, picks up big 2 pieces. So HyDra had 1 struggle round and immediately bounces back. Røkkr gets stuffed, only a single segment captured over towards B, and have to reposition and go back towards the easier one.
Fame, a lot of information gained from the nade and stun. Teammates now coming to reinforce. Nice 2 dead. Opportunity here for a stack. No one else from Røkkr diving onto the point just yet. There we go. Attach is here to help out. Eyes on the flank. CleanX from upstairs. HyDra from way downtown. Spotted out. Taken care of. Cammy, the eagle eye, the man up there in the tower finding those kills. And the second segment at A is long gone. Chance we should see the capture here. Yep, there we go. Røkkr now winding up for the hit on the B.
Yeah, has a good setup around the hill as well, just like what FaZe was doing, able to spot out the deep flank that HyDra was going on. So good information about the players on the objective, but now you need the kills. I mean, FaZe heard him coming a mile away. HyDra might just be built different.
Boy, rocking the Shotzzy Vaz. It's a variant I'm sure you can buy in the store, but that thing just turned him inside out. FaZe 7 and 15, a little slow work from him. Minute and 30 to go here in the round. This is map point for Toronto Ultra. Røkkr, if they can get those 2 remaining segments at B, they will be smiling. They've still got a long way to go as Ultra are tearing them to pieces.
Oh, not a trade to be found as well. Everyone gets wiped away, and FaZe has barely moved on the map, and yeah, just full sends it and dies. This is not a fun spot for Røkkr. Yeah, getting picked apart everywhere you go. You try to flank around, you're getting caught. HyDra now gets to have fun with the dead silence.
And yeah, the question is like, yeah, what's he going to do? He's going to definitely have fun. There's one. Tags into the second. Nice nade. Forward they fly. 3 dead once again for Røkkr.
No.
As Toronto Ultra, they are simply singing here on LSELO. This final round is about to be a decisive blowout. Attach is red. He's dead. And HyDra now on a 5.
I mean, this is a collapse. That was straight up like 11 kills. Oh my god.
Wait. Here he comes. Cammy. Oh, he gets it. Man, HyDra's just styling on him right now. The rest of the squad, everyone's singing. 30 to go.
Oh yeah, GG, go next. This map is just done. That is just a ridiculous series. I mean, Røkkr, again, just a complete collapse in the final round. Ultra stranglehold on the map, gave him literally nothing to work with, and even have a cruise missile just to throw some style points on the end. HyDra had 1 bad round. He barely got a kill in round 2 and still finished with 18, second most in the body.
Yeah, I think that cruise missile towards the end was like, yeah, just to let him know I had it and put that one in the stats. Yeah, let it be known. Toronto Ultra run LSELO. The control was not close.
Okay. And look, now we go into an aBeZy, and I gotta be honest, if I'm Minnesota, I'm terrified, because obviously the long-term implications, if Minnesota lose this, locked into the 8th seed, they play OpTic Texas round 1 at the Major, and you're going to aBeZy, and the 2 players that have the hottest hand on Toronto Ultra are CleanX and HyDra are frying. Like, CleanX has been just ridiculous all series long, and now you go into a small close quarters maps. That is a scary sight because, 3,200 damage, 28 kills. Yeah, CleanX enjoying playing against his former teammates.
28 and 14. Chat, can I get a sheesh? That is one hell of a stat line from CleanX. He has looked very, very solid in every map so far in the series. And you're right, Chance, we go to an aBeZy Fortress, a small map, a close map with lots of potential for submachine gun players to go wild. I'm not a betting man, but I tell you what, CleanX, the form he's currently in, it's a sight to behold. Here are the highlights.
And even for, FaZe, another tough game where I know on Hotel S&D, it's just going to be a little bit discomforting for him because he's having to make the role swap. And even in this game, the damage number's just not there. And again, why attach of all body scrap?
But I don't know. He think he maybe had an easy killer, or Attach should have killed him. But I will say, he shot them bodies, and they still 3-0'd him in the match, Chance.
Hey, a little bit of love, extra taps, maybe just his way of communicating with Attach, welcoming him back, second series, post like the roster swap. So, I don't know. We'll see. It's a bold strategy, Miles. We'll see if it works out for him.
See if it works out. aBeZy coming up in a moment, but the highlights, very solid indeed. CleanX, wherever he may be, whatever he may have, the man was a problem to deal with. The tissue was a little bit more than an issue. He was a pain in the arse all map long. That was the shot he killed. And HyDra, what a run towards the end as well.
Yeah, maybe talking about the discomfort of FaZe from having to switch back and forth doing different things, or he's just getting shotgunned on the map. So I suppose it really could be either, but a lot of stress for Røkkr and Scrapz, just a consistent confusion I'd say he's been having in cams. He wants more of a chow.
Is it a chow, or is it like, what are these kids doing? What are they doing? I'm just trying to imagine what he's saying. Either way, Fortress Hardpoint, we'll find out what one of these teams is doing, most likely with a listening. LSC low search and destroy. We'll go back to it if Røkkr can force that game 5. Not out of the woods yet, and this series is far from over. The first HyDra was at times very, very strong for Minnesota. We'll see if they can find the same success here on Fortress, but at the same time, Chance, everything we've talked about so far, CleanX being the man at the moment, unbelievable gameplay when it comes to the submachine gun play. He's so fast, he's so dangerous, and on a map like Fortress, he's going to be comfortable, surely.
And even just like generically, like it's already bad enough that CleanX has the hot hand, but if you're in a situation where you have to beat Toronto in like 1 hard point, you're like, okay, like I think we can do it. That might be all right. If you have to beat him in 2 hard points, I mean, that's tough for any team in the league. So I know a lot of the top dogs always trade out the HPs, and of course Ultra. Now, if they just trade out the HPs, well, they win the series, have a nice seed going into the final major, and end this online split on a much higher note than what they had in stage 4.
Oh, indeed. Mr. Jonsson there on the low right-hand side of your screen, having a good time, imparting some wisdom to the squad. It's making them chuckle. Toronto Ultra now, confidence starting to rise off the back of the power of CleanX's in-game ability. Brilliant stuff. Scrapz looking way too chill. Like, way too chill. I mean, he's been somewhat more than confident, I think, Chance, at times in these recent online series. He's bloody yawning. He's well chill. Talk about calm.
I mean, yeah, you just go on to like the most AR heavy map in the game, and it's his main SMG that just hard carried you the entire way through. So I'd be chilling too. He really didn't have to do that much on the previous map.
No, not at all. Well, Ultra, we'll see if the confidence pays off. One more map is all they need here against Røkkr. For Røkkr, again, we're talking about hardpoint. Very, very different looks here. Toronto Ultra 3rd place overall in the league. 8th place, Minnesota Røkkr. We'll see if that pays off. Because again, first map went their way. A very, very different beast, though. aBeZy Fortress versus HyDra. Now for Røkkr, though, the pressure is certainly on. A victory here would be a wonderful thing for them, not only in the standings, but again, who they have to play in the opening round of that Toronto Major next week here on the same place as twitch.tv/Call of Duty. Get it in your calendars, boys and girls. That is going to be a sensational tournament.
And you just know Vegas and Minnesota fans both simultaneously sitting on the edge of their seats, desperate for different outcomes depending on who you're rooting for. But maybe some extra good news from Minnesota. I mean, they have a rep in on this map. They played aBeZy Fortress. Fame with the SMG looked fantastic. They were making good plays on the map. So there's some faith, I'd say, for Røkkr in this moment, but obviously it is the 3rd best hardpoint team in the game who are respectable on this map. But I know the matchup I'm certainly paying attention to, it's like Fame and CleanX. You have one guy, CleanX, completely lights out performances, dominating the lobby, and I know Fame back-to-back struggle maps. This is the map for him. Got to get back in the mix, make plays on aBeZy.
Good luck. Have fun in the chat as Toronto Ultra now match point, win this hard point, put your controls down, maybe enjoy a bit of rank play after this one. But Fame flies into action, finds two. Any more out of this one? Nope. The cross scrap through clean, nearly gets them all attached with a nice shots, but the hard point still yet to be touched, yet to be deflowered. There it is. Ultra take it. Man, what an opening.
I mean, that was almost everything you wanted out of Røkkr. Great nades and tacks. Fame gets 2. You're like, okay, we'll get the hot hand, and Scrapz just destroys you, picks you apart. I guess good news for Minnesota, though. They flipped the spawns. The bad news is you haven't gotten any of this time. And Ultra right now, if they win the next set of gunfights, things can get a little bit spicy. As HyDra doing the dance inside the point. So much time has been collected, and CleanX has already taken the route. He's gotten behind enemy lines. Looks like that's not enough to buy his teammates any of those spawns, though. CleanX will be by himself for the next, 15, 20 seconds.
That's fine. He'll be okay. He can busy himself. Plenty to worry about. He's got people trying to kill him. Yeah, that's a big problem. Attach, what a read. Sweet shots. Here comes Scrapz. Attach is shooting hot right now. Feeling good. On the approach now towards the new point. Taking care of all of the attacking members of Toronto Ultra there. Now for Røkkr is get back in this game and take the lead.
That is just, wonderful heads-up gameplay. The comms on point for Minnesota for Attach to make that one. But now the flood through open is there, and not enough trophies to be found. Ultra literally walk through the front doors and take the hill over. They made that look way too easy, and they're doing that with CleanX starting 0-4.
Wait, it's right back in the hands of Røkkr, though. What a hard point this is. Both teams swinging. Rotation now down. HyDra might get there in time. Enough to get one of them. Nah, Fame. Good gunny. Takes care of business. That's going to be the right-hand side of the map. Currently Røkkr's. We'll see if Ultra can get another sweet break.
I mean, yeah, these teams literally just walking at each other and just, you know, storming away through the breaks. But Minnesota, this is not a hill you can afford to get broken down on. And Attach is going to spawn out. So Ultra actually reading this, and they do take care of him. So Attach can't be a problem at all for the moment. If you get through gate, you block the spawn. They're trying to bully way through, and you might spawn Attach out, but everybody else just falls. A perfect hold for Røkkr.
Perfect hold. What you're really going for here, though, again, as we know on Fortress, is to get the time and get out. And that is what Bance has got with that spawn. The gate has been blocked now on the outside of the map. Ooh, or the outside of the point. The big wins from Attach, 3 in a row. Spawns got weird, but for now, time, though. Go in the way of Røkkr. They're going to take as much of this as they can. Spawns are still crazy. Bance is still spawning on the outside here. I've said spawns 200 times in the last minute, Chance, and with good reason. This is nuts.
Yeah, you still want the time as well, because Røkkr actually kind of gave up the gate spawn, and I mean, they end up giving away the final 15 seconds. It's not crazy, but maybe could have been a little bit better. But the good news is, at least you're able to spawn trap potentially 3 of the players for Ultra. Stun connects, and well, yeah, CleanX will take that one down. So nice little start there from Ultra, and I mean, even Pixie, he's been lying in wait towards the new hill for quite some time.
Fame clay pigeon shooting. Oh, you saw Scrapz legs. Oh, foot guy. 7-7 though from Fame. He's turned things around off that real rough game of control. Cammy on the cannons, and he's wielding a cannon of his own right now. Slinging that tack around, finding these kills up close and personal. Attach is doing an even better job though, keeping these players at bay. Chance, no one even close.
I mean, Attach was slaying on the last map as well, so I know he got his body shot, and he is looking for revenge.
Oh.
That's a 6 spree, that's a cruise missile, and this has been a perfect hold on the cannon hill. I mean, Ultra, they're thinking about getting in the mix, but Attach is difficult to stop. 20 seconds is worth fighting for, though. And Attach is going to get found out as well, so again, maybe a little bailout moment where Ultra able to strip away just a little bit of that old time.
He's the CDL's very own Captain Price on an 8 spree. Streaks in his back pocket. Here comes another kill. CleanX if you're feeling brave enough. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, we're shooting good, man. Everyone's shooting good in this series.
You got to keep that up as well, because Bance is no longer having any support on the hill. And yeah, tries to make a play, but just gets swarmed. Look at Ultra. That middle map presence. They are looking for the trades. They are going to get them. Hixie blocks the spawns and flips you out. Røkkr, this is not where you want to be. A couple players working themselves out through gate, but they are taking their time. I think Attach might be attempting to invest that cruise. Here it comes.
There it comes. Will it connect? It does. Takes care of the player towards the gate side. So Fame's going to spawn over there. I think it's going to get a little bit mixy for the members of Toronto Ultra. They're going to win their ones, and now they're in a pinch. Fame gets in the point for a brief second. Taken clean care of. Scrap flies at it, and it is just a war here in our background.
I mean, yeah, a slobber knocker of a game, and Bance getting it done with 2 different guns for the moment, but I mean, that's a clean reset after the P1, and I mean, things to pay attention to. Insight struggling a little bit for the moment. Everybody else high producers, but Attach right now has been that shining light for Røkkr, but gonna need a little bit more. Shining light's not gonna be good enough. You have Ultra. We already know they're capable of working on that comeback and still getting some decent time on P1.
Ultra know the shining light is required. They might be popping a solar flare in a moment. Time going their way. P1. The back at it is the quick change of hands now as Røkkr punch on through. Cammy, he's having a good time here. Not as much of fun as Bance is having at 90, 20, and 11.
Yeah.
What the beep? Good plays.
If I get a kill like that, by the way, I'm never pulling out the tack again. I keep the Vaznev out. I don't care if that's 4 bullets. I trust it to get the kill.
Oh, Fame's starting to heat up as well. A dangerous look so far as Røkkr. Oh, wow.
Oh, beautiful.
Bombs are absolutely flowing. The trades are on point. Attached with the old snapper, not enough to get the kill. Bance finds himself 2 again, 22 and 13. He's having a big game. I wonder if Insight's back into the mix somewhat, because I think right now Ultra missing a little bit in the firepower department. Not too far behind in the scoreline. Let's see how we go towards P2.
Dude, well, that trophy is just completely letting Cammy down. Maybe had it slightly too far off to the side, but trophies have been the issue, and maybe the flank will be too. You got CleanX dancing by the double doors, waiting for the moment to strike, and he does, and it's the time just for a moment, but that's just for the opening salvo. Nice little square up, 2 players trying to hit through the front, and well, Scrapz there to take 2 down.
That's a big break. Covering fire from Cammy at range, trying to help Attach get in there. And that is great work between the nades. No way to Røkkr break this again. Scrap holding it down. Scrap finds 2. CleanX backs him up. Scrap stays alive. Wow. A 5 spree for your potential Rookie of the Year.
And you look at Røkkr, they're going to spawn so far out. They're going to get cut off like by 3 different players along the way. Off angle for the double kill. There's the cruise, and his teammates win the gunfights as well. Røkkr are going to be so far away to try to make this break. And this is a break that they have to get fairly quickly, or Ultra, just like HyDra, will be right back in the game.
Uh-oh, Hixie is in a happy place right now. Potential lead change on its way. Toronto Ultra starting to heat things up here in our aBeZy. Let's go for a quick listen in.
I need help. Yeah, running push, Jimmy. Push, one shot. On the bush weak. On the bush still. I need it.
I'll bring it up.
Give me a second. 3 on you, Jamie. 2. I need your time. Yep. On time, Fame. On back pull.
Back pull on me.
Time and back pull.
Yeah, come.
One shot low green.
Low green. He's pushed. I have a streak. We should fix it.
Okay, shot. What have you putting up pillars?
Pillars. I'll stop shooting him. Pillars dead. Try streak.
Low green.
Yeah, you can. You might as well. Fuck it.
Count out front, Charlie. Count out front.
Not me.
Green me, I think. Back. Top green now. In the box as well.
Yeah, one's top green and one's hanging up front now.
Make sure we get the
Front there. Top green. Low green in time.
I don't see green anywhere.
Front green. He went back into low green, one on old. Trap him hard, we're good.
I'm gonna get P1 push out right now.
Low green dead. I'm staying green. Big arch is weak.
Pushed out.
I have low green, that could be top.
Stable, so
We got P2 right now.
2P5, whoever's green.
I'm looking at
I got time. He's pushed off from green, boys.
That could be P1. So I'll get P1, maybe
Could be P1, yeah.
I'll try hold it.
What's open now?
Done, P2.
He's open, it wants to be closed.
Open dead.
We climb up top or not?
I'm on my rails.
From green. The other guy's from green.
Single.
All closed.
Single dead.
Last guy was
I'm
from
getting
close.
tough shift now.
Might be the hop.
I'll get P2, alright?
Yeah, we're gonna hop.
Dead, one more. Low plus.
Yeah, I have single. One's from P2.
I have
I'm on your back door.
Could be back door.
I'm on your back door.
I have all top. Hop.
Is it P1?
Dead.
Hey, what's open up? On the stage.
I don't want your attach. Absolutely on the back pick. Absolutely on the back truck, last guy. All the way in the back truck, like the deep truck.
Left side, I think.
Maybe 2. That's one that ring, boys. Give me stage as well.
I'll get single right now. Could be doubles here.
In the trap. P2 door. Ivy across.
Probably did the
Top hop weak. On time. I'm doing this time, second. Top hop.
Nice.
I'm
wrapping it up. I'll get it, trap here.
One shot, Jamie.
I'm streaking player.
Yeah, we should be able to. They might spawn into, okay?
Oh, yeah, they are.
100%.
P2 stage.
Oh, I spawned behind him.
Stage time.
I'd have a noise complaint if I picked up a 3-piece like CleanX did, but apparently just another in the office for him.
Yeah, 0 reaction, but that is why the comms are on point. And what a big moment for Minnesota. The clean 4 down. You spawn them in the back. You better make sure you got a trophy.
Here comes the cruise. Afterburners, no trophy. It hits the top side of maps. It's going to force Røkkr to the inside. Here comes CleanX from upstairs. Goal! Bance gets 2. Nearly. Insight staying alive. Gonna make this push. Bad timing. Good tags. Insight staying alive, man. He's turned his game around. Røkkr, though, they are 20 points from forcing the game 5.
And this is just such good time that they were getting as well. Yeah, Ultra needed to get that break to try to keep a little bit of life in the mix, and a lot of pressure now over towards P2, but any kill you get's a big one. Attached to some damage. That's good enough for the trade. So long-term Røkkr should be able to keep those left side spawns, but they don't have the P1 pressure just yet, because that is exactly where Ultra just spawned.
B1. Røkkr needs a clean break. Inside holding it down at close range. Hixie on the time. Here comes Attach. Wins a big one. Can he get the second as well? Tags are so good through the inside of the fan. Wow! Scrap at range, though, wins it. We're not out of the woods yet. Fame's managed to get in the back line. Ultra now trying to fortify the point, and they're going to have to worry about Fame in a moment. But they've got lots of time here. Technically, they can win it. So this has got to be big. Fame flying forward. Can't get them all. Scrapz to 1 point, alive and kicking. Here comes Bance. He's been pinned down. The hard point is still Toronto's.
Oh, great timing though. Bance for the reposition. Scrap gets caught on point, and Røkkr might have just done enough. You kill him out of gate, you block the spawns, and you force the map 5. One last attempt for Toronto, but it might not be enough.
Oh, the kills are there. They've got off the point. Can Bance get any more on the cross? No. Insight wins the fight. My good God. The hard point is still alive. Rotations are done. Røkkr are on P2. They are in the gallows. But we will find out if it's their neck in the noose or not. Here come Ultra through open 3-man hit. Cammy guns up. He gets absolutely bodied. Attach finds 1. Trades are there. Bance is on the point. Final 5 seconds. And we are looking at a game 5. No! Insight wins it. Fame is there for the save, but it's not done. Holy, we got a game 5.
Yeah, and count your lucky stars for the end of that game. Ultra, so difficult to put down. Nearly fought back after getting put in the P1 spawn trap. Nearly fought back with just having a flood into P2, but all that effort just for an L for Toronto. Minnesota have done something incredible. I mean, they took them down in 2 different hard points in a nail-biter fashion like that, and they are making plays. I mean, Dylan Price attached, welcome back. He is hitting like complicated hop-ups in the back to jump up top rails to pick up 2 pieces. I mean, he is absolutely a menace on the map, and obviously I know Scrapz is doing the exact same thing. I mean, Scrapz just threw a 4500 damage, 38 kills, had a minute and 46 in the hill, opened up his game with a 3-piece, but Attach was right there with him, nearly overwhelming. And I mean, a lot of credit to the other guys on the team as well. Bance is going on crazy sprees. He just dropped 36 as well, so he had some bombs. And even just for the bounce back from Fame, had 2 tough maps in the middle of the series, but when you need him in the clutch, threw up a very strong performance on aBeZy. But that's just a setup, Miles. We're going to a game 5.
We are certainly going to a game 5. Is this it? Is this Ragnarok? Is this the end of days? We'll find out in a brief moment. We're going to throw to a quick commercial break. And on the other side of this one, all bets are off, ladies and gentlemen. Toronto Ultra, Minnesota Røkkr. It's a battle for the Kings of the North, for the fate at COD Champs, and God knows what happens at the Major. When we come back, it's going to be a banger.
The 2023 CDL Championship Weekend will be live and in person June 15th to 18th in Las Vegas at the Thomas & Mack Center, UNLV. You don't want to miss this bigger-than-life weekend, and we're almost sold out, so don't wait. Scan the QR code and get your tickets today. Look like the pros, play like the pros with the new CDL Team Packs. We've got it all. Home and away, male and female versions, weapon camos, emblems, and calling cards for your favorite squads. And stay in the loop by signing up for the Call of Duty League newsletter. Keep up with breaking news, event discounts, and more. Scan the QR code on screen for more information.
It's time to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. Game 5. Here we go. One more map here in this series. Minnesota Røkkr taking on Toronto Ultra. The implications are very, very high for Toronto Ultra. You don't want to lose this to a team who arguably you are better than, you know, by all accounts. You've had a stronger, run towards your own major. A fall here would sort of feel like a little bit of egg on the face, and for Røkkr rather, chance it's so much for this Minnesota squad. They've really pushed. They've dug as deep as they possibly can. They want to make it to champs. They want to make it to the Thomas & Mack Center.
And yeah, again, a win for Minnesota Røkkr, a 20-point gap between them and Vegas. Their odds of, qualifying for champs at that point, like 80%, something like that. Vegas would have to have their best tournament of the year to make up for that 20-point deficit. However, if Minnesota lose, it's only a 10-point gap, not insurmountable at all. And Minnesota would have the 8th seed, drawing OpTic Texas in winners round 1. So this map has so much on the line for Minnesota. They got to keep it going. It has been great for these guys so far with the most recent roster change, but they got to take Ultra down. Not an easy feat.
Some Monster Energy pregame. Both teams, we've got a couple of things to look out for. This is it for Ultra. Expose that new roster look. Watch out for the S&D reps. They haven't got as many of them. Minnesota lost that hotel S&D 6-2 to LA Thieves. They've lost the previous one as well. How will they fare now, though, Chance, on LSCLO?
I mean, it's the big question. And Fame, obviously a player to watch, had only a single kill in the map too, but that is a lot of nades coming through and great damage. Not enough for the kill. I like the idea. Would have been nice for them to get the first blood, but gotta go back to the standard. But you do have Minnesota. I mean, they're loud while doing it, but they have taken over the A bomb site. Hixie might be getting sent in for the kill.
Well, there we go. Hixie's in. Traitor on though. Cammy takes care of the sniper overwatch. So now Hixie has managed to make the bomb site a little bit safer. That bomb is in there though. Fame on the plant now. I wonder if Hixie's going to hear this or make a move. He's trying to wait for somebody here from Røkkr to overextend, and Fame's going to be the man to do it. Here comes the fight. Oh my god, I love it. He's on the bomb. He's hit the defuse. The tags are there from Fame though. Great read. Does not let that parlor trick get away from him.
Now Insight maybe playing in the pool hall. I mean, Attach is watching the lane. Fame, yeah, I think Insight might have just made a little bit too much noise, or maybe enough to make Fame panic just a little bit. Now Attach has to check the bomb. You can't look at this from a pop. He's going to have to fly because he doesn't have the angle, and he's not going to check it in Ultra. Get the first round.
Wow.
And that just got, I mean, like, did no one tell Attach that, like, you can't check it from up top? Or, like, I don't even know what happened towards the end, but, I mean, Attach, it's literally, maybe the most clutch player of all time, just not in a position to have any hope of winning it towards the end. And even just the patience from Insight to, sort of bait Fame out of that corner. So that is wonderful plays there out of Ultra, and certainly a mishap for Minnesota.
Wow. Well, that's the S&D reps we talked about a moment ago. An issue indeed for Minnesota Røkkr, at least in that first round. Round number 2, though. Here we go. They're on defense. And CleanX, he saw a lot there.
Honestly, even just on a presence front, I don't know if he could tell if the door is open or closed, but he might be assuming that there is, like, he saw 3 players that could potentially be in and around A. So Ultra going to have to play this slow until they get more information. You have a battle, by the way, on the radio tower. Cammy and Insight.
Uh-oh.
Former teammates, and Cammy took care of business. Nice little first blood to get. That's a power position secured, but you do have Toronto making moves in the site. Fame, though, checks his corners. Got a 4v2. Great trades, great swarm. Minnesota, that is absolutely the bounce back round that they needed. Maybe a couple smiles on their face. Get some of those nerves out of the way.
Yeah, hopes. The nerves is the real question. They were one step ahead in that dance, and they didn't miss a single step. Good work there out of Røkkr. Quite easy to throw those trade battles away, but the comms were extremely crisp, I would imagine, in that trade-off towards the end. We're all tied up 1-1.
And I will say it won't be for this round, maybe the next one, but if CleanX in the first round on the attack sees like 3 players coming through mid, maybe try to nade him next time, maybe send in Scrap for a snipe to look for a pick. But we'll think about that long term in this round. Minnesota maybe taking things slow, maybe leaning towards the B site, but certainly playing for picks. And Hicksy is making moves already at first blood, and already Hicks behind you. And he has cleared out so much of the map.
Wow, he doesn't clear out Fame though. Another big win from Fame up close and personal. Now Scrap with a quick reach out. Toe to toe with Bance, and Bance is dancing. Scrap, no idea where he went. Dead silence of Bance is now worn off, so he's on this side of the map, and he's not out of the woods yet. Scrap, you couldn't deal with him there. The B-bomb site has now been abandoned. Røkkr have moved in.
Your 2 ARs looking for the swarm as well. Insight has to win this gunfight against Cammy, and I could just see Cammy turn, but he wins it. You got a 2v2 and you got a trap. It is Vaznevs versus Tax. Who has the better gun?
Well, as soon as you get close, the Vaz is going to be happier, but for now, Scrap is looking for an angle. Will Røkkr have the patience to hold this? It comes Insight. The first fight. Drazah there. Insight finds it. Fame. Last man left alive. 15 seconds waiting for the noise to stun check. Guns 1. Insight. 10 seconds to get it done. You got to move. Fame.
Oh,
didn't do enough.
Insight got it.
He didn't do enough. Insight gets 3 on the round and the defuse.
He hesitated on the runaway. We heard Insight stomping in the back. He was a little bit too late on the decision, and that is the TAC players clutching up. Insight and Scrap with an absolute hell of a play. The coordination on point, and wow. Maybe if he just didn't move, I mean, I think Insight has him no matter what, but again, a small hesitation. Fame not able to clutch that 1v2, and that is a 2v3. Even just for that battle, Insight versus Cammy, that's the second time in rounds they've had to square up, and I mean, that is one that seals your fate. Ultra are winning some very difficult rounds.
I think Cammy had a pistol in that situation. He was maybe sniping from that sort of right-hand side of the map. What a round. 2 of the most clutch players in the CDL in the form of Insight and Attach in one game. We are getting treated to an LSC over here.
CleanX and Hicks here making moves too. Well, Bance wins 1, and he's trying to get out. He's doing a dance, and Hicksy knows he can't push her. He's going to get traded. There's the damage. And it looks like, yeah, Hicksy is going to fall. Scrap left in a 1v3. And unfortunate for him, the sniper pistol, and can't make anything happen there.
Well, okay, so we've got a sort of a formula here developing, chat.
Nail-biter rounds. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, absolute nail-biting victory from Toronto. Super fast, decisive Røkkr rebound. If this is the way we're going to go for the rest of this map, I'm going to need resuscitation. Here we go.
Certainly more intensity on the faces of Minnesota Røkkr after that one. I mean, Attach is locked in. I mean, as expected, Bance, Motormouth in the comms, calling out the strats. Had a couple different looks. I mean, they've been successful of getting the bomb down, just not on holding on to it after the fact. And once again, they're going to be playing things very slow.
Cammy. Ooh, it would have been nice. You had an opportunity to take care of Scrap, but you had your second opportunity to take care of him, and instead, a couple of bullets. Just over a minute to go. 4v4.
Yeah, don't miss, don't lose. Not easy shots to hit, but that is a lot of value out of the sniper that is already gone. It's 55 seconds is a lot of time. You have Bance making a dead silence play, and he's got great intel on Scrap as well, but it looks like he's roaming towards A. Or not. Bance, it's so difficult to predict.
It's so difficult to predict, and that's what you are looking for as a Røkkr fan. Steady done, though, so the movement will be complete. 35 seconds. Røkkr still yet to truly commit to a bomb site. CleanX, bad timing. Bance managed to get the punish. Here comes the immediate trade. Hicksy there on the bomb site. Oh, exchange of gunfire. But Hicksy will be safe. He's going to run into Cammy any minute now. No, 2 ships silently passing each other on LSC low.
I mean, Cammy turned for a moment, but I don't even think he hurt him because Cammy just kept going. You get the bomb down in the nick of time, but for a 3v3, you have no idea where Hicksy's going to be coming from. The timing is terrible, but Attach does not care. Scrap for the 1v3.
Oh, Scrap now, and the jig is up. They know exactly where he is. Cammy's got the alleyway covered. Attach is up close and personal on the bomb site. Scrap No hope.
Wow.
Røkkr, get the round.
Yeah, maybe broken up some of that back and forth momentum that we saw as well, getting 2 in a row. And that's an incredible round as well. Bance obviously making that initial play. Him and Hicksy is a fun little battle to watch because both of the guys so good, getting behind enemy lines, trying to make the high IQ play. But unfortunately for Hicksy, might have had the drop on Attach, but Attach brought this strap. No stranger to a game 5. No stranger to a lead either. A single round advantage for Røkkr.
Man, what a tense LSCLO we are witnessing here, friends. Insight downrange. CleanX and Scrapz taking the high ground. There's Cammy and Fame. Let's see what they can find here. The direct chow from CleanX there. It's going to pay off. Ooh. Nice opener there from Ultra. They take 2 without losing a single man. Can Fame find anything? Sweet frag. And he's not using Deddy, so he's well noisy. Hicksy finds it. 3v1. All down to Attach. What a round from Ultra.
Yeah, just a good counter strat as well. I mean, the spot Cammy's playing at is great for many gunfights, just not if the guys come through money and you don't happen to be pre-aiming it. So an interesting attempt for the off angle, but Ultra ready for it in effect. And I mean, that is a lot of stacks over towards like the A control zone outer edges of the map. Here's a second look. Again, if Cammy's pre-aiming this, Cammy fries him.
Oh, yeah.
But just because Cammy's looking another direction, CleanX wins that 10 out of 10 times.
But also, he doesn't seem too phased by the little fence there. Those things do strip your auto-aim away, controller players. You know what we're talking about. So, kudos to CleanX there. Well composed. As ever for this Toronto Ultra roster as Insight sprays, peppers Cammy with a little bit of warning shots just to try to back him down. For now, Dead Silence give me the name of the game. Attach and Fame ready to go. The other 2 on the build-up. Who will strike first?
Well, I was going to say Bance is in good position to actually get the bomb down, but Fame isn't the guy with the bomb. It is Bance, so they got the rolls a little bit backwards in that moment. But
oh no,
Bance on the cross, plenty of HP, dodges the nades as well. You got flanks coming through, though. It's actually Scrap with the Dead Silence. You got a TAC 56 player behind enemy lines. Do you ever read this?
Maybe. Bance, though.
Yeah, there you go.
Ian Fame, take care of business. Cammy upstairs. That's bad timing. CleanX is going to punish you for that one. 3v2, Røkkr down a man. And everyone now from Ultra moving with purpose. Insight finds his 3rd kill in a row, and Hicksy guns the last. Røkkr down and out. Ultra with a defuse.
Yeah, they talk about clutch players on one side, well, Insight the clutch player on the other. Obviously, him and Scrap had the 2v3 earlier on, but now it is Insight extra picks he is able to find. Buying clearance for his teammate as well, because Scrap goes on the flank. I think after Insight might have back Cammy down, and even for CleanX to be able to go through the money catwalk. That's just, again, that like outer A zone section of the map, 2 rounds in a row where Ultra just completely take over and obviously make the big plays. And yeah, CleanX hyper aggressive. Cammy a split second too late.
Cammy was flying in there for the trade. CleanX, I mean, not to mention the fact that he did just manage to get the full health regen, but reactions of a cat in that kind of fight. Difficult spot to deal with regardless, but Ultra. Camera may be out of focus, but those players, they are not. Ultra on offense.
And also 2 in a row for these guys, so taking that momentum back in their hands and now slowing the pace down. Again, typical round for a CeeLo, but playing for picks and Insight versus Cammy, as is tradition, potentially on the edge of the map.
And I think Cammy might be able to see him. Might be able to see just the barrel protruding, but maybe not. 1 minute to go. What a slow round, and Insight has found his quarry. Bance at kegs. We are waiting for a mistake to be made.
Yeah, this is just a round where nobody's going to be flanking. Not when those AR players are on the outside. Or actually, Cammy popped Dead Silence, so he's making a move. So again, him versus Insight on one side. Oh, wow. And he wins it as well. Dead Silence play on point. You have a small advantage. Ultra, though, this is their time to hit the bomb.
Hicksy will lose the fight. This is big brother Bance. Puts him to bed. Scrap and CleanX now trying to clean house. 25 seconds ago. CleanX from up top. Massive damage now moving in for the kill. Scrap to back him up. Bance finds one. He gets them both. Wow. What a sensational round. The Røkkr patience somehow pays off.
And that is such a good understanding of his positioning. Like, you hear those players drop down. I mean, I certainly would just go out for the instant chow. Bance plays it smart, drags again. So much attention his way and forces them to overcommit to try to take him down. And I mean, he turns that into, with quite a bit of help from his teammates, a 2-piece to end the round. So Bance always the high IQ plays, and a very back and forth game 5, Miles. So much on the line.
There's a little too much on the line. Thank you very much. 4-4, all tied up. A little bit of love towards the A-bomb site this time round.
Nice.
Røkkr. Oh, we're going for it. Daddy popped. Bance is very much behind enemy lines right now. Fame will be the bomb carrier. Cammy's first blood. Bance is about to get his. Oh dear. Røkkr are rolling through Ultra this time round.
Oh, he knows too. He knows these two players are going to be on top. Reads the first, gets it, knows Hixie's the last man, and Hixie's just going to fly into it. This will be a 1v3 if the rookie can clutch up.
Oh, Hixie. 30 seconds to go. Daddy still moving. Check the bomb site. Fame once again with the 1v1 fights. He has won so many of them on this LSE low. And I do not believe it, Chance. Røkkr are on match point.
One more round, but you know, Ultra, not an easy team to put down. This is not going to be an easy round. We'll see what Minnesota have cooked up for it. Looking for that 20-point gap. So many long-term implications just to make it to champs.
Oh,
defense to get it done, and Fame's got the trophy as well, so this is going to be a Vaznev in sight. No nades are going to be hurting him.
I was going to say, I think that there's not much dead silence at play. It's not going to matter. Here comes the fight. Hixie, loud as ever, flying into battle. Gets the first kill, gets the bomb plant immediately. I think they clean the trophy as well. Here comes Bance on the approach. Cammy with a cut down. Attach finds it as well. 2v3. Hixie on the site. Flies through. Bance gets it. And now it's all down to CleanX, the Great Dane. With a moment of reprieve. Will attach. Gun him. Will Røkkr find the win? There's the defuse. 25 on the clock. Will CleanX check it? He can't see the bomb. He's done. It's over. Røkkr have defied all odds, and they have somehow taken down Toronto Ultra.
And that is exactly why you do not shoot Attach's body. Rookie mistake out of Scrapz, and maybe one he doesn't need to regret too much. Ultra still in a good spot, but it is a short list of players that you just can't put those body shots into. And I mean, Attach is simply that guy. Mr. Clutch himself, clutching up in the game 5. Minnesota Røkkr taking care of business, getting the job done, at least for the online stages. You still have to perform well at the major, but they have set themselves up for success.
Wow. This changes everything. Vegas, their run to champs has now changed dramatically. The first round matchup of Major 5 has changed. Absolute masterclass. A late season resurgence from Minnesota Røkkr. I cannot believe it. That's why you don't shoot bodies.
Yeah, no, I mean, 2-9 for the Rook, and obviously the vets turned up on the flip side. Bance 11-6. Honestly, just had a masterclass final 2 maps. He had 36 or 38, I believe it was, in the hard point, and that was for a 12-point game. So Bance, how do you do? Dropping bombs in the final one as well. And on top of that, I mean, he's like the main communicator, the shot caller. So I mean, certainly a very typical performance out of Benjamin Bance, exactly when they needed him the most.
What an unbelievable series that was to watch. We hope you enjoyed that one. We know you didn't enjoy that one if you're a Toronto fan, and if you're a Vegas fan, that one was tough. What do you think, Desk? That was a banger.
That was a banger, bro.
They are sweating up in Minnesota, but you know it is nothing but cheers right now. Congratulations to the Røkkr. You figured it out when you needed to most. The final week, you bring Attach back in. Who's your MVP on the night? Attach, the man clutching up for the squad.
I mean, unbelievable. Let's talk about Minnesota Røkkr for a second. Winning 2 hardpoints against a top 3 hardpoint team in the game, and in some incredible ways. You know, we're talking about Toronto Ultra and what they're so good at. They might be the best in the game when it comes to dictating the pace of play, making teams play at their pace, not forcing anything. Well, Minnesota Røkkr did that to them on the flip side of it. Just unbelievable plays out of Bance on rotation on that HyDra, and then also Fame thinking about that fortress, You know what? Do yourself a favor for you amateurs and rookies out there. Go back and look what FaZe was able to do on the break to P3 on Fortress. Beautiful plays. Man finds 2 kills and stays alive the entire time. And then, Chris, I know I'm going on a rant. It was just so special. We get to this game 5. The adjustments come in, and the plays are being made out of your man, Bance. Popping off in the search and destroy once again.
Bance, so fun to watch. There's a lot of questions. What is Minnesota doing? You're going to keep Fame the rookie in? You're going to bench Afro instead of Bance? Well, Bance has shown his value to me this week. Trigger discipline, big brain plays like that one right there. That's why you keep one of the vets in the lineup in Minnesota, now showing everyone they're a threat. Toronto's a top-tier team, and they just took them down in a 5-game series.
Yeah, you know, and like I said, man, when you bring in Attach back into the roster, that first series, he said the goal was to sort of fit in, mold with the squad, get the juices flowing, they get that win. Coming into this series, Attach was the main slayer. I mean, you talk about the game for Fortress, they get over towards Art Hill. He's up top wreaking havoc, going on crazy streaks. I think he got up to an 8 at one point. So that's exactly what you want to see out of your main AR. And then Cammy as well. Guy just continues to play aggressive, find the kills that he needs to. Minnesota Røkkr are peaking at the right time. This is by far the best iteration of this team that we have seen so far this year.
Chat is down bad when it comes to channel points right now, but Minnesota is riding high, and look at the impact that loss to Toronto Ultra is going to make things very mixy. From 4th all the way to 8th, we could have teams finishing 3 and 2. And nameless, I'm looking here, Subliners, now if you lose your matchup, putting a rookie in it at the end of the night, we could see a huge shakeup in those round 1 matchups.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm not sure what that would change, because like right now you're potentially playing Vegas, right? So
Boston would jump up.
Yeah, Boston would jump up. It's gonna get pretty interesting, man. It's gonna get weird. It's gonna get weird.
We're gonna talk about the scenarios because we still have to wait on the outcomes tonight. The one thing I do know for sure is we're gonna see London take on LA Thieves in our second match, and right now we're talking with the man from the UK wearing the Minnesota purple. Bance joins us live. Congratulations, Bance. I was blown away by your trigger discipline when we watched you on Mercado yesterday. Today, you looked even better in the search and destroys. What's going on with the team right now? It looks like you guys are finally finding your form.
Yeah, we're just keeping our heads down, you know, grinding, trying not to listen to all the noise. A lot of people are giving us a lot of hate for everything this year. Just trying to cut it all out and just focus on ourselves, really. And obviously trying to secure in champs. Everyone's saying it's a race between us and Vegas. We're not looking at it like that. It's a race between us, Boston, and now Seattle and Vegas. So, you know, just eyes on the prize right now.
4-team race, and we love to see you right there behind Boston now in that run. Tell me a little bit about this matchup in particular against Toronto. This is a team you could potentially still draw later in the tournament next week.
Yeah, I mean, stressful that everyone knows that I would probably say they're top 2 team and have been probably the whole year, really. They're not an easy team to go against. They're strong in every game mode. I'm just glad we were able to obviously pull it off.
Bance, so from what I could tell, you know, putting Fame on the SMG and bringing Attach back into the squad is like, they're a little bit more objective-minded. Obviously, they can get kills when they need to, but you look so much more comfortable on the map, like being a nuisance, making the impact plays. Cammy's allowed to play a little bit more aggressive. Is that what you guys were looking for with this change?
Not really. I feel like we were starting to hit our stride for a while. Everyone knows, obviously, Major 3 didn't go well for us, and neither did Major 4. I feel like I've always had the capabilities to obviously pop off. It's just I think I lost my head. I got into my own head during Major 3 when we couldn't win a map. I was just changing my settings all the time, just losing my head completely. So near the end of Major 4, I stuck with everything, didn't change it, and obviously at the Major I was looking better, and I've just got better and better.
Yeah, I mean, going into the series, you had a 1.1, so, I mean, you've been absolutely fine and obviously doing more in the kill department. I wanted to ask you as well, this is a big match, not only for points, but, like, sort of a revenge game for you and Cammy going up against Toronto. Did that play a little bit of a factor at all in the mental?
Not really. Obviously, I love everyone at Toronto. They're my boys, always talk to them. So, obviously, there's always going to be something like that where you don't want to lose to them.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't really say it plays much. I want to beat everyone.
Yep.
Best of luck moving forward. I know you made a lot of fans happy tonight, Bance.
Thank you. Have a good one.
That is Bance and the Minnesota Røkkr picking up the first W of our final day of qualifiers. Next week, Toronto kicks off, and that team will be featured in your winner's bracket. The question is, who do they match up against? Let's take a look now at the points here, Ant, and break it down for me. How are things shaping up?
I mean, well, when you look at these points, like he just said, all those teams on the bubble, I mean, anybody can make it in still. Obviously, that is a big-time victory by the Minnesota Røkkr. I mean, if Boston lose today, they'll be tied going into this event. And Surge guaranteed now to start in that loser's bracket in a very tough spot. Surge get bumped out. I mean, round one, they could get eclipsed by all three of these teams, as they all three will be in that winner's bracket. So definitely going to get pretty crazy.
It's getting rowdy as we come to a close. You can see how things are shaping up. Reminder, pick up your collection. Start it right now with your favorite teams and players on UpperDeckEPAC.com. Scan the QR code today and start your digital collection with the 2021 Call of Duty League trading cards. Not only is it the trading cards, you can also pick up some gear right now. We've got hoodies, jerseys, and more. The freshest gear you can grab at shop.callofdutyleague.com. One match down, 2 games to go. When we come back, can the Royal Ravens pick up a W and send Thieves to Toronto with an 0-5 record? Or is Octane going to drop some bombs? Stay tuned to find out.